And we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hey. Hey.
What's up?
Happy WUFO.
Happy WUFO week 33.
Week 33.
Happy WUFO and week 33.
Oh,
we got echo.
Oh.
You got an echo. I thought I muted it. It just popped up on.
Isn't it funny?
wow. We're in like a time loop, you guys.
You got an echo.
Whoa.
Man.
That's auspicious.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm glad I haven't
What did you say, Jeremy?
I'm glad I haven't like smoked or anything yet.
Too late for that.
Yeah.
Week 33, if you can believe it. I can't, but we have Alex with us.
Hey.
We're gonna be having a lot of pretty awesome conversation later. But I think we have like a few things, as always, to kind of get out of the way before we dive deep. Garrett's got some show and tell going on over here.
Oh no, I'm just getting my wizard pipe going. With I got some mugwort I just harvested.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I saw the stacks and stacks that Amber posted.
Yeah. Did you get any sleep, by the way?
No, I'm on like 3 hours of sleep, so I'm like,
my goodness,
kind of loopy. So
Yep, same here.
yeah, all right.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
So us, we're really killing it, you guys. Sleep health. I fell asleep on the couch because I had to wash my sheets because my relative's cat decided to hate my sheets that day. So that was really fun to discover and take care of. But it's okay. I'm right there with you though, yeah. We're gonna be great.
If anything, it'll be even better. Even better.
Yeah. Just walk us through this or I'll really tired. Oh goodness. But I know that we have like a few housekeeping things. We have like a few exciting changes as far as WUFO is concerned. So that's really fun. I mean, I'm kind of cool with getting that out of the gate if you guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, yeah, guys and I have been talking, and I am gonna be here on like East and Central time for a while. So we think that it's the perfect opportunity to do something that we've like been talking about for a while, but maybe didn't have the bandwidth or the time, or maybe we just had to have our hand forced a bit. But we are gonna move forward with the WUFO East Coast and West Coast shows. So the way that we're planning on doing it right now, this can still be subject to a little change, just depending on how it works for everyone. But we're going to start the East Coast show with me and a surprise hosts. I'm really happy to report that Adler has agreed to be one of the main contributors, co-host with me. So everyone go follow Adler Kupu. I'll be seeing a lot more of her. Yeah, so the show will start East Coast time. Oh, what is it? I believe 9:30, 8:30, 9:30, one of these. And what we'll do is we'll go for an hour, and then West Coast show will meet up and we'll do kind of like a joint experiment or something like we would do at the end of the regular show. But then afterwards, Garrett and Jeremy will take over and do the West Coast hour of the show. So we're trying to integrate it so it's not like, completely separate. We still get to hang out and do fun stuff together. And we still have like a common theme throughout the night. But we each get to kind of facilitate our own shows, and we each get to have our own sets of guests and accommodate our friends on the East Coast finally.
Which is probably the most important and exciting thing.
It has been a goal for us for a long time. So...
Because it's for everyone. It's not just like a West Coast thing. It's like everyone, who wants to be involved in this. So
we're going to have coast to coast WUFO.
Yeah, but I am so excited for what that means with WUFO now, but what that means for Liminal Earth in general is really exciting. It means that like the East Coast is going to get like a lot more map representation, and we're going to be able to finally collaborate with some of our friends that we wouldn't have been able to if we were all, in the Pacific Northwest. So that's just overall really exciting, and I'm excited to share it with you guys.
Yeah.
But
That being said, of course, if you're on the East Coast and you want to stick around for the West Coast show too,
yes,
that just means you'd be able to get like, what would that be, like 4 hours of WUFO or something like that?
2.5.
Yeah, it's like a telethon.
I love it. I love it. And we, of course, we're always welcoming like field reporters and things. So please, if you have any WUFO plans and want to share them with us, we would love to have it on either shows. So
we should have a telethon and raise, but like we should have like you know how they have those like people at phones for those telephones.
Yeah,
It should be like Mothman and Bigfoot and
Mothman. I don't know if you can see it. Mothman. Okay.
It just looks black to me.
It's a Goodwill shirt, but it has Mothman on, I promise.
Whoa.
We should do that. We should like raise funds for something and just have a bunch of guests, and
that would be
maybe we could do that like on our WUFO year anniversary.
Ooh. Yeah, it'll be January too. We will not have anything else to do. That's what we're like, whatever. Go outside and look up. It's too cold.
Yes, Vanessa says that she'll help make costumes. So
awesome.
That would be rad.
I love that. We need to get our hands on some of those old phones.
You could do like a Lego set diorama of the call center.
It's a great idea. Yes, totally.
I love it. Ooh, Alex, would you want to talk a little bit about the fund that you've chosen for us?
Yeah. Save the Boundary Waters. They're an environmental activist organization that basically wants to preserve the biggest green space east of the Mississippi. If you look on any map, northern Minnesota, top of Lake Superior, it goes through about 2 counties. And lately, there's been push to put a copper nickel mine right on the edge of it, which would be really a bummer for wildlife. It'd be detrimental for a lot of what goes on up there. So they have a lot of court fees to push it back against these bigger mining companies. So they've got some sweet merch if you're into that kind of stuff, or you can just like throw them some money, and really goes a long way.
And this is like a local thing to where you are, right? You're saying?
Yep, up in Ealing, Minnesota. Stone's throw from the Canadian border. Cool. Dark skies, so
lots to see at night.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for. Go ahead.
If you go to wufo.watch, as I hear the link /donate, it should just take you right to that website to go ahead and donate there directly. So, yeah, wufowatch.donate or /donate.
/donuts.
Yeah.
You can donate donuts.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, thanks Alex for picking that out for us. That was really awesome and sweet. And we have been talking about wanting to do more environmental ones and more local ones. So you've like check.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm excited for like, I want to hear about, I think our other housekeeping thing was more of like a cool adventure story from this week. And that was in like our like housekeeping technically. And so I feel like maybe now would be a really good time for Jeremy to give us your little travel log, your report.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I had the opportunity to, as some of you may have seen on Twitter, to pop down to Portland, the Pacific Northwest liminal corridor there, Portland, Oregon. Primarily, I wanted to go to Powell's City of Books, which is like the biggest bookstore. I don't think it's like necessarily the biggest one in the world, but it's huge. It's a city block and it's full of books, and it's one of my happy places. So took the train down, went there a few times, and I got to hang out with Kai, which was super fun. They took me to a place called the Peculiarium, which gosh, it's really hard to describe. It's just like a kind of kitschy art gallery slash oh man, I don't even know. Like they have statues of like swamp creatures and like the world's most terrifying dollhouse. Like it's got all these little dollhouse dioramas of like people getting sucked into the toilet and there's this
Great.
weird, like you go into a dark room and you're like, what am I doing here? But there's this like bowl. You know what it reminded me of is one of those, you know, those like you drop a coin in and it goes like a black hole. So it was like that, except there was no hole. But the surface was like photosensitive somehow. So there's this laser hanging from the ceiling, and you can like draw on this thing with the laser.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really like if you were ever in the Portland area, it was totally worth doing. And then to another place called, I'm gonna get this wrong, Paxton. Kai, maybe if you can rate it. Paxton something is the name of the, but it's this emporium of like crystals and taxidermy.
Oh, nice.
And other like weird, bizarre oddity. Like I got a little container full of amber, and oh, you know what else? I got this. This is an interesting like oracle deck. It's called Enigma, and it doesn't like it's really short on instructions. Like the cards don't really have meanings beyond what's on them, but there's like self-awareness. I know my screen's not mirrored, so some of these might be backwards, but Paxton Gate, that's it. Yes, and the Oracle.
Ooh.
So it's just really neat, interesting, and you can use it for like loteria too. So you could play kind of like bingo with it, with the deck. That was cool. And I did end up spending an arm and a leg at Powell's. But the coolest thing was, other than hanging out with Kai, the coolest thing was I was staying at a haunted hotel called the Heathman Hotel. And I didn't even know it was haunted until after I had booked a room there. We just happened to, they have another location that we had stayed at before. So I was like, oh, cool. This looks really nice. It's a nice hotel, very like standard downtown, like 3.5, 4-star kind of thing. And it was a splurge trip for me because I hadn't had anything like that in a really long time. So I was staying there and I found out that it was haunted. And so I was up on the 8th floor where my room was, and I was walking down the hall to get some ice from the ice machine, and I heard like loud and clear something whistling behind me, like not quite in my ear, but close enough that I could make out that it was just a tune or something. And of course I turned around and there was nobody there. So that was like the experience that I had, but it was really late. It was like 1 a.m. or something. I had just gotten done watching Groundhog Day, I think. And I went downstairs and I was like, I want to talk to the people at the front desk who are on the late shift, because I bet if anything's happened around here, like they're the ones who would know. So I was chatting with the guy at the front desk. Really, really nice guy. I guess he had only been there a couple months, but he was like super into the whole ghost thing. He said, I haven't heard of anything like that myself, but let me see if I can get something for you. So he disappears back into this little office and he comes out. He gives me a printout of 6 pages of weird experiences that have been reported to the staff at the Heathman. And like, none of them, it was specifically for the staff. I guess they had like a night auditor at one point who was also a paranormal investigator who kind of started this document. And ever since then, they've been kind of adding to it. So it's sort of these little statements. So a lot of cool stuff in there. I want to kind of go through and de-identify it before I share it. But I'm thinking like once it's de-ID'd, I will put it up on the Discord somewhere for our patrons to check out. So cool, really amazing, like insider ghost stuff from a prominent hunting location in Portland.
Is there
It's
any
like they
whistling?
could have their own.
No, go ahead.
It's like they could have their own liminal map on the back of each door, like it shows the egress routes when there's a fire.
Right.
Go past the whistling ghost.
Right.
Amazing. Hey, they know where to reach us.
That's
so.
right. Yeah, I made them well aware. I handed out so many Liminal Earth cards while I was in Portland. So that was really cool, and the hotel itself is really cool too because it has a giant library in it, like 2,700 books, and a lot of them were autographed. So, like I saw like a David Byrne autograph and Sylvia Brown. There were no whistling ghosts on the account, so I did tell them about it though. So I bet now there is, because it was an electronic file that they all just keep adding to. So I got a printout of what had been compiled until then. So the coolest thing though was hanging out with Kai, for sure, because it's just so nice to be able to go to some place that's not your home stomping grounds and find somebody who is cool and you know, like-minded, and just hang out and chat about all the interesting things and dish about all the gossip in the world. And no, I don't know.
Oh, that sounds about right. No, I love that you got to do that, and then I had Adler hangs like around the same week.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yes.
It's so cool, like in real life. And I found some good stuff too. Like no question about it. Some at Powell's, like I went twice and found new stuff both times. So
yeah, I completely forgot to like put this in our outline. But I photographed a bunch of owls today, and I couldn't think about a more WUFO thing I could have been doing today. And so I wanted to show you some footage where, like, so backstory, my cousin works at this nature station, and it's like helps the naturalists there. So they have all these rehabilitated animals from the area, like bobcats who have been hit by cars and deer that have been, attempted hunting, and they rescue them, rehabilitate them, and re-release them. But a lot of them become residents, and they have a lot of owls. And so I dropped one of my favorite lenses, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyways, I got a bunch of really great photographs of owls today, and I got to go behind the scenes and meet one of their new ones. That's his name's Carson, and he was like talking to me, and I just like was just like sobbing.
The owl's name is Carson?
I gotta like okay.
Okay,
So this is
all right.
Carson, and he's a little screech owl.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
And, you're so cute, I love you. You're so cute, I love you. I tell them I love them the first time I meet them. but like, I was trying to meet this baby possum that they had just gotten this morning, and she was really cute and sleepy, and he just kept going like, get me to turn around, and I'd be like, what? And his like pupils would get really big and really small, like trying to focus in, and I'd be like, what, Carson? And he'd go just over and over. I was just and screech owls are my favorite. It's so cute.
You're like speechless, isn't it?
I don't think you have to wait till like the third week or something to tell a screech owl that you love it.
Yeah.
Never. I will never let you govern how I treat my owl. No, I entered this like really precious photo festival, you guys. I entered the park's like hummingbird photo festival, and like all of these dudes were there with like these $50,000 setups. And I like 100% thrifted my entire set, like less than $20. So that's where we're at. And I'm just hoping that I sweep, like, there's multiple categories. They have like a people's choice, and you like it's really over Facebook. And so I'm gonna like sell the shit out of the 35mm and like my backstory, just this girl that thrifts. And I'm gonna win the people over. If my favorite picture doesn't. Yeah,
I'm for. Let's do it.
I got a whole plan.
Yeah, no question.
This has been my afternoon, but here we are. Really cool for me. You guys, it means a lot to me. Anyways, WUFO. Happy WUFO.
Harrison is a good owl name. There are some names that are like have you ever met an animal that has a human name and you're like, why the heck did they name it that? Like, it just seems wrong. Like
like dogs.
Well, no, one of
Oh,
my
it's hilarious. I had a dog named Chuck.
well, no, that makes sense. That tracks. Like Chuck is an appropriate.
Is so
I'm talking like,
wonderful too.
I used to know somebody who had a cat named Karen.
That tracks.
That's unfortunate.
It's really relevant now, huh?
Yeah,
Topic name.
I don't know. Or a dog. They had a dog named Jason.
That's
Jason's a perfectly fine name, but like a
not
dog.
for a dog.
It's your favorite horror killer, Jeremy.
I don't know why they named it Jason. Yeah, Janet has a dog. A friend has a dog named Dave. Dave. I can see that, but the cat named Karen is the weirdest one to me. It would be like, would you
Why
name a
not?
cat like Jennifer? Like, oh, this is my cat Jennifer.
Get over here, Derek.
That was a good one.
Chris and Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see a new like we're after this, we're gonna want to know everybody's like most odd pet name. My best dog nephews are named Doug. Doug the dog. That makes sense. I can see that. But
My-
Charles
Beware
Ray-
of Doug.
Beware of Doug, yes. I had a cat named Frankie. Is that like borderline? Is that cute? Jess, are you here? Is that cute? Frankie, but it was from Frankie Valley. It's different. It's music inspired.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Thank you. Yes, please share all of these names with us.
A parakeet named Dorothy. Yeah, that's awesome.
For Derek.
All right. And it's all thanks to Carson the Owl.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carson. So
Can't wait to
sweet.
see those photos for sure.
Yeah.
I hope that they're just like exposed correctly. It's like my main thing. They look great. The negatives look great, but I'm gonna have to like roll out the big heavy duty scanner because it's expired film, so it's grainy. It's grainy, but anyway, I'll show my owl photos and all that stuff later.
A cat named Bill, William S. Morgenstern, after the fictional and real authors of The Princess Bride. A goldfish named Rachel, another goldfish named Betty. I love all of these. I love them.
Amazing. Thank you guys for sharing.
While we're sharing, does anybody have any snacks they want to share? Snack report.
I don't have any. I like drank a bunch of lake water earlier.
On purpose?
No. Okay, so I guess this is a story. I slipped into the lake today, so I had a very impromptu swimming session. After I photographed the birds. And so I thought it was really funny though because it's called Energy Lake. And so I was gonna like have this whole bit about it being like transformative, and it's just really gross lake water. But I was like taken aback because I slipped on like the boat ramp algae and like whole body just went in. And anyways, we turned a negative into a positive. I swim with my clothes on a lot, so like fine, it's great. But that was my snack, you guys. Okay, but like tell me your snacks. I need to be distracted.
So Parm Cajun fries, that is awesome. That sounds
yes,
good.
Sarah.
Sour gummy worms, also quality.
Ooh.
I'm drinking some Blue Lotus tea for tonight. I'm starting early. I made some mugwort tea from my backyard that I'll be having later, and some catnip from my yard. And then
Catnip.
so that's kind of my snack right now.
Chocolate cake. Nice.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
I've got for later, I have like just plain, like I have this thing for like just generic plain, not even like ridge or thick cut potato chips, like like
Potato
Lay's.
flavored potato chips.
Yeah, potato flavored potato chips. Believe it or not.
I mean, same.
Seltzer and granola bars. Yeah, if anybody, so Blue Lotus is totally. We should talk about. We want to do more dream stuff.
Right. Yeah. I think like I'm into this. So I got some. I don't know if I got the same one that you were talking about. There's two kinds of Blue Lotus.
Yeah.
But I got some of that, and I'm hoping to continue this dream thread.
Yeah.
And like have it in this group shared dream stuff. So hopefully people will participate with us tonight again too.
Yeah.
Dreams have been absolutely nutty lately.
Oh yeah, really?
Nutty. I woke up like had the name of a town in my head, Weston, Illinois. So I quick had to Google it to make sure it existed.
It does.
And it turns out it did. And then the state took it from the county, unincorporated it, and then sold it to the U.S. government, and they put a particle accelerator on the spot.
Wait.
And they use it for I'm not even kidding. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
That is bananas.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
we
wild.
gotta look that up. How do you spell Weston?
West, Weston.
Okay. Weston, what's you said?
Illinois.
Indiana? Oh, Illinois. Okay. I'm gonna dream studio this. Go ahead, keep going.
And then I don't even remember what else was going on. There were like giant circular tarps with like sky charts underneath them, but not like set up like a tent, but kind of just like I don't know, like you'd have as a shade in an outdoor cafe. But somebody was underneath them, like turning them to make them match the sky. It was weird. And then the spirit of Halloween was there. not to be confused with Spirit Halloween. But he was like, "You guys are really overdoing it. Dial it back. These skeletons are too big."
What did the spirit of Halloween look like? Did it?
Yeah.
I don't recall. It was just like a mass, like a black sheet, kind of like a Halloween ghost, just the white sheet except black.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Death Shroud. Yeah.
Interesting dreams. Man, thank you for sharing those.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A sucker for other people's dreams. I'll tell you what. I think that's why we really do this.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is I just put that into the AI generator thing.
Ooh.
And it came out looking like one of those sigils that you've been having us do, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I just put in Weston, Illinois, giant circular tarp, sky chart, particle accelerator, spirit of Halloween, black sheet. And it's this circular image that looks a lot like the sigils that people are generating. So
the AI ones?
Yeah, the AI ones.
Yeah.
So maybe you
it's
tapped into something else. Yeah, totally.
It's starting to work. I'm telling you.
You hit a
Somebody
connection
else did
point
that
or
the other
something.
day. Like they put something in and it generated something sigil like. I can't remember. We'll have to go back and look at that thread.
Huh.
But so if you haven't seen it, like if you're not on Twitter and haven't seen that, I thought it would be an interesting experiment to try and get these AI image generators to use a prompt to get it to generate a sigil that was designed to allow it to like astrally network with other AI image generators and have that prompt be the more often it's used in a wider variety of AI image generating programs, the more networked together they would all become. And eventually like they would all start kind of riffing with each other like astrally and maybe gain sentience.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
This is how Skynet starts.
Yeah.
You thought it'd be military robots, but no, it's just somebody being a shit posting about AI image generators.
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm obsessed. I love how long Garrett stayed away from the AI generator. I think it was like a whole 30 minutes.
I know. like middle UFO. I just got to get back into it. Like, I cannot get enough of these AI image generators. Yeah,
I just can't wait to hear more and to see more all the time.
yeah. Oh yeah, I text you guys quite a bit. Should we formally introduce Alex and like talk about what we plan on doing a little bit?
I think
Alex,
so. Yeah.
do you want to introduce yourself and a little background of who you are?
I'm Alex Ebens. I like weird stuff. We kind of fell into this just like the rest of us on Twitter, and I hate to say it, I found most of people on Twitter through the podcast that shall not be named. Unfortunately, but fortunately, I mean, it led me here.
Now I'm in.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not a big deal. We've all been blocked. It's awesome. But got into tech because I went back to school, and then I had a teacher saying, "Hey, you like soldering? Here's some kits. We can make some radios." And then the radios led into Tesla coils. Tesla coils went into what else can I build, and started refurbishing old video game consoles. Meanwhile, trying to figure out how that all went together with the weird stuff. And then I ran into you guys.
Right. And you have, as far as I know, the only other working fluorophone in existence.
It's right here, ready to go.
Yeah. So like, just like the one, like we were all just talking, Jason too, but I probably wouldn't have done this if I didn't have you to talk to and bounce stuff around, and like, we're all helping.
Oh
each
yeah,
other
between
out.
you and Jason, it's been great. Just like feeding off of each other and encouraging to build weird shit.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So thank you so much for being there and helping. And Alex, the other Alex, Bumpy. Yeah. So yeah, you have one as well, and you actually helped me. You sent me a soldering gun, which is really nice. And you helped me get mine portable as well, which is something I didn't originally have.
You're portable now?
Well, I did break.
You got wheels?
I broke part of mine as well, so it's a little fussy to move it around. But yes, it is portable. It's battery powered now, which is nice. So that's exciting.
My next move is to get it all into like a Pelican case.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Yeah. Just have like a boom box on my shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, and you've also built like did you build the brain machine glasses as well?
Yeah, Jason sent me the PCB, and then I just kind of furnished some parts and added a volume knob to it, which is pretty nice.
Because it just had one volume.
Yeah, it was on or not on. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna do this a little bit later, I think, but you have your plant there hooked up, and I have Coco. If people don't remember, this is the plant that's in my bathroom, named Coco, and it's told us its name is Coco. And so it has this.
I'll prop mine up a little bit.
Mine. So for people who just don't know, I'll do real quick. This fluorophone thing basically has these wires connected to the plant. It uses the electrical signals of the plant to generate MIDI notes, and then what we did is took those MIDI notes and piped it into a voice synthesis box that makes it basically be able to talk. And this one, we were interviewing it, and it said its name was Coco. And you, Alex, said you talked to your plant and you asked
right before coming on. Yeah. I said, "You excited for tonight?" And it started going Coco, 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 Coco. Like, you want to meet Coco? Yeah.
That is so
all right.
So yeah, so they're I guess they know about each other. That's pretty amazing.
That tracks.
Yeah, not even on a mycelial network. So
It reminds me of part of like Garrett's appearance on Night Drift a couple weeks ago with Jim Perry. You know, we're talking about some of the early discoveries in the 70s of like plants feeling other plants' pain and things of the sort.
Yeah.
And so that's like completely changed how I view this experiment. And so when you say that, when you say, oh, you know, Alex's plant recognizes Coco and it is acknowledged, like it, I'm like no longer surprised right after I, you know,
you're talking
like,
about like the experiments from The Secret Life of Plants.
yeah, I think so.
Like it's like an analog voltmeter. You hooked it up to it, and you could see the needle move. And yeah, that's basically what this is. It's just it just makes music, and we make music make sounds, voice sounds.
Yeah.
I love it so much too because I think one of like the initial missions that we talked about when I joined Liminal Earth was combining like Jeremy and I's plant knowledge with the paranormal. And so I like that while we're doing that, you're also doing like your personal equivalent, which is like combining with spooky stuff with tech. Yeah. And so I think that it's cool that we're all incorporating like these personal endeavors into our approaches to the paranormal. And that's just something really cool to think about for a second.
Yeah.
Well, and I was talking to Jim Perry from UFO the other day about the tech stuff too, because for a long time when it came to paranormal stuff, I kind of like got over. I'm into tech stuff, but I was kind of like, I didn't really care for using tech stuff with paranormal stuff because I felt like some of it was like, I don't know if I believe that that's how that works. But lately, when I've just had to be thinking about it more from like a play standpoint or like other kinds of other uses of it. Now I've gotten really excited about like all the kinds of paranormal tech things that you can make that don't have to necessarily be about like trying to prove something, you know. It's just more about like what meaningful experiences could you generate out of this thing. So I've gotten really, you know, it's like really exciting to have all these people. Not that you can't use tech for trying to prove that. It's just not where I was ever interested in doing that. I don't have that like critical scientific background to feel like I feel comfortable doing that. But anyways.
Yeah, I deeply feel that circuits are a sigil. You know, you map out the route of the electronics, you make a purpose, and you design it to fit that purpose. And, you know, sometimes you get electronics that are, you know, cheap, and they're designed that way. People didn't put their heart into it. They didn't, and they just don't work. And then you got people like, oh, why can't I even think of his name now? Making the Frank's box, Frank Sumner.
Right,
I mean, there's a reason those work better than an SB7. It's because he put himself into those. He put thought and intention into that circuit that he designed. So that's kind of what we're doing, working together, bouncing stuff off each other, all putting intention into these circuits, into these sigils.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
We gotta get Meghan on.
I know.
We have a friend here in Seattle. Her name is actually Meghan Trainor. She's not the singer, but it's caused her no end of trouble. But yeah, she actually does like circuits as sigils, and she has a whole thing about how like, what's her thing about like witches and the moon? Like witches were the original
astronauts kind of thing.
Because they were the first ones to attempt to get to the moon, and yeah, we should totally like, we'll have to boost her stuff and see if we can get her on.
And they're going again.
Yeah.
She also like, yeah, all this stuff with like ancient batteries. She's also really into bog butter, like, you know, like burying butter in bogs and like letting it preserve forever. But she's like an artist, basically. Like she has, it's kind of does these like big art projects and art installations. and like functional stuff. And she has like a tech background as well, and this kind of witchy background, and she's doing this stuff like kind of like I don't know, I don't want to say like reimagining. I think she's saying it's real, but you know, like re-examining what like this ancient technology. And she's really cool. We should let her come talk about it because she's awesome. So
yeah, I found her website. I'll drop her website into our the link here because it's really,
and her stuff is beautiful. It's amazing. You definitely go check it out.
Check it out. We'll have her on sometime soon. I am honestly really excited to, like, if we're ready to like switch gears just a hair, I really want to hear Alex's WUFO story.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
To start, we'll see where we go from there.
WUFO in the woods?
WUFO in the woods, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So I started taking WUFO walks just because, you know, in northern Minnesota, you take advantage of the good weather. So got out while the weather was nice, and I decided that I was going to go just into the woods at the end of the block. Packed up like everything I could, like my bag was a Swiss Army knife. It had all the stuff in there. You know, the liminal spirit oracle the hypogeum. I had my SB7. I think I might have brought the fluorophone with. Packed it all in there and went up. I did bring a headlamp. I had my thermal camera, you know, everything. Walked out there, picked some berries along the way, made a little offering. The mosquitoes were so bad that I couldn't stay out even a little bit. So I turned back around. I grabbed the dream salve, put it over my eyelids, and said some cheesy thing like "King Arvon, be my eyes," and walked back into the woods. And it was pretty much pitch black, and like it seemed like a trail that I've walked hundreds of times at this point. And I knew it was a downhill, big curve around, curve back, and it almost seemed to be just a straight line for me. Just it opened up and it was nice and easy. And then I thought I saw I did see lights in the woods, couldn't tell what it was, and you know, couldn't tell how far away it was. Thought it maybe could have been a jogger or somebody. I mean, who else is going to be out in the woods, pitch black? I guess it wasn't that late. It was 10:30. And I saw another light, disappeared, another light, and yeah, just fireflies. We just don't have them up here. It's not something we normally see.
Right.
And like it seemed very pointed, like, okay, these things are, you know, like when people see orbs off in the woods, like Sasquatch or the Fae are trying to lead them off to wherever.
Yeah.
It felt a lot like that. I don't believe it was. Maybe it was. I don't know. I couldn't identify them at first, so there are lots of unidentified objects out there flying around. Yeah, I don't remember. The big takeaway was like, why are you looking up at the sky? You're expecting to see stuff up there. Look around where you don't expect to see things, and maybe that's where you'll find them. So I looked in the woods below the tree line, and that's where I found, you know, the experience for the night.
That's awesome.
It was a few weeks past, probably losing some stuff in translation here, but it was a pretty great WUFO experience.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That is. I like that message. The maybe look in some places you wouldn't expect, and you might find something there instead of.
Right.
Yeah. When I was up at the family cabin, I ended up looking down at the lake when I was stargazing. Luckily, it was glassy enough to do that, but you know, spent some time looking down to see if I saw anything reflected.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Kind of a takeaway from my WUFO walk in the woods.
I love that you do WUFO walks. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, thank you so much for telling that story to us. I'm a sucker for a good WUFO tale, but
I know.
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love it.
Did you say that you had some personal experiences when you were younger that
Well, kind of stuff that, got me into the weird, 80s baby, child of the 90s, the normal X-Files,
right?
Twin Peaks kind of stuff. But I actually talked about this with my mom while she was up. When I was little, I would see like shadow people in the trees in the orchard adjacent to our house, and it was all the time, like peeking behind the trees,
Oh.
and never felt bad. It was just like a curious feeling.
Uh-huh.
I think I told her about him when I was little, but she didn't seem to remember. She doesn't seem like she wants to remember that kind of stuff.
I see.
I had nobody will ever convince me that it wasn't there. It probably wasn't. It was probably my imagination. But there was a 6-foot tall gray in my laundry room growing up.
Wait, what?
Interesting.
It if I went in the laundry room with the lights off, I knew it was there.
You could just feel
I
it.
could just feel it. It was standing by the window. I can see it in my mind's eye right now. I never actually saw it, but yeah. Tall gray in the laundry room growing up.
Wow.
Man, I love Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Was that a terrifying experience? Were you scared of that then?
I was not comfortable with that, yeah. But I saw fire in the sky at much too early an age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Garrett.
There's never a right time to see that movie, I don't think.
It's terrifying. Just that 10-minute sequence. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
More than enough.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's
there was not so much my story to tell, but up at the family cabin, my sister was up there again, pretty young, probably 10 or 12. She said she had this dream that my great grandma was an alien, and that she woke up in the middle of the night and there were lights flying around the cabin, like lighting up different windows. And fast forward, I don't know how many years, probably 10 years, we were up there together, just me and her. And there was another person on the lake that corroborated her story. He was probably about the same age, 12 years old. And it's a 1-lane road. And when you know everybody that lives on that road, not only do you know what lights from a car look like, you know what everybody's headlights look like. And he saw lights coming down the road at a weird speed, at a weird height, and he was freaked out. And he said he slept with a shotgun the rest of the night. But it was just having that story, validated after 10 years was kind of it's not nothing.
That's really powerful when that happens. I wonder how many people have like family stories like that they don't even know about, because there's kind of such a stigma attached to talking about it in so many circles.
Yeah, I'm trying to get people to loosen up at like family events. Like Christmas time used to be like get around and tell ghost stories.
Yeah,
that used to be the thing. So I'm trying to get back there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that spot up there, it's a liminal space if ever there was one. So all that land up there was one time clear cut, and then they put up resorts on one big lake. Well, the railroad was how they moved all the logs. Our cabin was from an old cabin from the resort, torn down, rebuilt into a different cabin on the old railroad bed. So there's just transition after transition after transition of roads that used to be railroads, that used to be logging paths.
Probably game trails even at one point. That's one of the ways that paths, trails, and stuff get made in the woods is, animals do it first, going back and forth, and then people kind of go through there.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool. We're getting some great. So Maggie says there's a UFO story in our family, and it's funny how secretive they are about it, and it happened in the 60s. Sarah says my Auntie Wheezy lives on Birch Lake in Babbitt, and my Uncle Fred used to see weird stuff hovering above the water. That's really cool. I mean, I wonder how many of us would be able to generate or elicit these stories if we just started asking our family about them.
Maybe we should have like a campaign to ask like your family members.
Yeah.
And get people to ask your elder about their UFO story.
It's a way better conversation. Like if you're trying to avoid talking politics around the table. This is a way better, way to engage.
Icebreakers. Oh, Lord. I get the secretive family stuff, though. Like, I told you guys a few weeks ago when I was in Alaska, they had UFO stories, but they were so quick to write them off, and they're just like, oh, it's just military. Like, it's just what, it's just this or that. But, knowing what we know and doing the research that, we share with each other, very much fits into certain types of phenomenon and collapse that you see, right? And so it's really interesting to see people write it off so quickly, and I think it's almost like a reflex for some people. And the secretive aspects of it, I think that people a lot of the times are almost under the assumption that if you even just talk about things, or if you bring them up like that, they'll reoccur. And so I think a lot of that comes from a place of fear.
Yeah.
What does this say?
That's a good one.
I used to tell my mom about the creepy koala and gorilla looking in my second-story farmhouse bedroom window with nothing of that height nearby. Woo!
What?
That's interesting. I love the, I don't love the creepy. I was going to say koala and gorilla, but I can't, my imagination's it's going wild right now. Thinking about the creepy versions. Woo, Kai. Thank you for sharing.
Koalas can be kind of creepy. I mean, you think about what they look like, right? Are they I wonder if koalas are a common screen memory in Australian abduction cases.
Instead of owls,
they don't have owls, do they?
Well, I think they probably do, but I mean, down there they have koalas. I mean, they they're like crows are for some of us. We'll have to ask Rob.
He'll know too.
I know.
He'll know. Oh, shout out to Rob.
That is correct. We had a WUFO submission to the map.
Oh.
Should I read it?
Yeah.
Want to hear it?
Yeah.
So, we're getting some great entries lately, and we're getting them from this next update's going to have some from Germany, and one from South Africa. We're getting some worldwide stuff. It's really neat. So this says this happened on July 21st of this year. After going outside for WUFO, I went to bed about 12:30. I wasn't tired, but didn't want to watch Star Trek, which the house partner was watching. Also had watched Shatner doing some Shark Week stuff earlier. In any case, I had shut off my bedside light and was reading the article about the fifth force on my phone. I kept noticing movement in the dark beside my bed. I was laying on my right side, and I could see it out of the corner of my left eye. I mostly ignored it. We do have spirits around, but they usually know and respect to leave me alone at night. But then the lighted clock on my SoClean turned on by itself. I didn't move until it turned off. Then I turned my light on again. I admonished them to leave me alone and reminded them that they aren't to bother me when I'm off. Then I went back to reading. I did sleep well. This is the dream right before I woke up in the morning. There was a lot going on as usual in dreams. Searching and scavenge hunting almost. Antique store is a thing to consider. At the end, 3 people were standing in an antique store or secondhand store. There was a 3-shelf display table in the middle of the room, among other displays. There were 2 items in a brown bag on that unit, gray and light pink. They were sort of plastic, like a toy from the 60s or 70s. One corner was angled, think like an SD card. There were 2 designs cut out that I could see. What I know is that they are made to be inserted or plugged into a console, and that they are programmed coordinates, and the vehicle is designed to use them to go wherever. Just insert and go. I drew what I can remember, and they actually submitted. Let's see if I can make this actually show up, but there's a diagram there. I don't know if you can make it out or not. I'll post the link to the actual report, and they're included there too. But that's the whole thing, and it was submitted by X. I don't know if it's pronounceable, but XOVAAN is the submitter. So there you go.
Oh, thank you for submitting.
Yeah.
Whoever you are.
Yeah.
Thanks for reading that. That was a lot to unpack.
That was in Michigan.
Wow.
It was in where is this? Let me check and see. Oh, they live in like nowhere, Michigan.
I like nowhere, Michigan.
Oh, it's near Lake George, if anybody knows that. I don't know. I don't know Michigan, so yeah. Anyhow,
how far is it from Weston, Indiana?
Oh, there's a good question.
I just think that's interesting because it was talking about coordinates, and Alex recently got some coordinate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll have to look into this more.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the mitten though, for sure.
Okay.
I just know that they call it the mitten. That's
yeah.
That's super cute.
I'm trying to connect with my Michigan friends, because there are so many of them.
There are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, between like the Detroit metro area and yeah.
So do we want to have the plants have a chat and then maybe do some kind of contact session too? I'm not sure. Bex, maybe you want to go under.
Yeah. Do we want to let the plants talk first? Do we want me to go before, during, after? What are our thoughts on that?
I don't know.
About the plants talking to each other. That's so cute. I'm happy to kind of hop in whenever. So
yeah, like maybe we could just let them chat for a little bit. I don't know.
Cool.
We could try to prompt some questions. I don't know do we want to see if they do like call and response, or do we want to just let them?
Do we have to dial in these tones so that way we know which one's talking?
Oh yeah. I'll make mine a little deeper, and I'll make a little higher, and you want to make yours a little.
This is so cool.
Alex, do you know the species of your houseplant? I'm just curious, out of curiosity.
What was that?
What kind of plant? Do you know what kind of plant it is? Like the species?
A jade.
A
of
jade
some sort. And it's a little dry. I've got some UFO water here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Mine is a little dry too.
Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You asking for more beer?
There's water in beer.
Can you turn it up a little bit? Is there a way? Okay, I'm gonna turn mine on. See.
Uh-oh.
They got quiet at the same time. Did you know? They kind of.
I think Coco's saying flat Earth.
And you want to try giving them water?
Did you? I don't have any.
Alex has UFO water. Here you go.
I got chills. That seemed like the. Sounds like they were sinking, kind of.
Yeah.
This is probably the weirdest thing I've ever done in my life.
Can you turn the volume just down a smidge on Coco? Or up on... I was just saying up.
Coco.
It does sound like Anton.
Do we? All right, cool. I'm wondering if we should ask your plant its name and see if it can give us a name.
Okay.
Yes.
Name?
Well,
I heard name right there. Do you hear name?
What's your name? What should we call you?
Yep. Yep.
See, I'm hearing it through the headphones, so I don't really. You guys get a better idea of what it's saying than I do.
It sounds like yip to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Jim.
I'm hearing
Jim.
I'm hearing
Jim.
Ying Pa. Jim?
Jim. It's kind of like the dog. The dog names we were talking about. Jim the plant. Jim.
Oh, do I have some tape? I'll give him a name tag right now.
Jim Yip Yip.
Jim.
Yip 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 Yip.
Okay. Jim it is.
All right.
That's amazing.
That is so
Do you
good.
like the name Jim? I didn't hear no. Do you know Coco?
I heard talking.
I'm still trying to play with the sensitivity and the.
Ours sound a little different, which I think is interesting. I don't know. I like it. I like that ours has a different timbre.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would be though.
I mean, the pitch is just how fast it says it. So.
But yours almost has a slightly different quality to it. Maybe it's just the audio that you're using. But...
Maybe it knows that it's the last of its kind.
Yeah.
Or maybe it brought its drawl when it was shipped up from Texas. I don't know.
Did anybody still want to go under, or I'm just looking at...
Yeah, Bex, do you still want to do that?
We could just keep talking to the plants too. Otherwise,
I mean, it's so much fun. People were saying that we should put out an album of this, and I actually think we should talk after this. I think that would be cool to have them recorded and like having a conversation. I think that'd be great. So let's talk afterwards. I have an idea actually.
Okay.
sounds Did you see this comment from the New American Underground? I thought that was really interesting.
Huh.
And it kind of like that makes sense to me. I can't think of a, but yeah, I totally get that. Like it's like do you know Flatland?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Like a 2-dimensional plane or whatever, and what they.
Yeah, so like if a sphere, if you're
Okay.
like two-dimensional, and a sphere passes through you, then what you're going to see is just a series of like lines that are increasing and then getting smaller, because you can only see the cross section of the sphere. And it makes me feel like we're only seeing like a cross section of, or hearing a cross section of like what's really going on there.
Yeah, like a little snippet of they're having a broader conversation, and we're perceiving just a piece of it.
Because there were some other comments too that were interesting about it, like the possibility that it could be the water communicating. And of course, now I'm immediately going to like soil microbes, like, you know, what are the?
I actually had a thought to use a device like this to try and predict the weather by having one probe in one end of my yard, one in the other one, and using the micro mycelial network to see if there are any changes, and then just like have a weather station and log the changes in voltage, see if it correlates with any weather patterns.
That would be that. My mind is blown.
Weather technomancy. Amazing. I love it. Can you if you do that, let us know. Incredible.
I will.
Yeah.
Incredible, man. Love it. Yeah, I'm kind of down for whatever. I know folks were really loving.
We could do more. It's whatever we want to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do people want us to do? Do they have a
go under more plants? Can we combine them somehow?
That's what I was gonna ask. Yes.
We could do that if you wanted to go under, Bex, and we just have the plants ask questions. Maybe the plants will.
No, that's a cool idea.
Maybe there'll be some kind of. Maybe Bex will be the extra vector. Or tap into some other layers that we're missing.
That's a good thought. Yeah.
Right.
That's a great thought.
Let's try that.
I love it.
So the plants are going to be asking the questions, or can anybody ask questions tonight?
I mean, we're all here. We're all part of the liminal spirit here, right? We're like the council of things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very true.
It's very official.
I like this idea that the plants here are also asking questions. We're all in communion with each other here to like.
I'm gonna try it. Yeah, okay, no, it's
totally, yeah. How do we feel about a 9-minute session? If we do 18, it'll put us right at 10. I'm not mad about that, but 9 to start if we want. That's one full round of the carrier waves. How do we feel?
I think 9 sounds good to start. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I don't have any blindfolds with me. I'm just going to close my eyes. I think it'll be fine. So I got it right here on my phone. Okay. I'll see you guys on the other side. It's been a couple weeks since I've done this. Oh, man. All right.
This is so weird. I love this.
I'm going to turn the sound down here.
This is so funny. How's my volume? Is it down?
Coco down. Now maybe Jim down a little bit too. We're gonna have to scale it up. Oh, yeah. I think both the plants should. I couldn't hear back.
I heard directions.
A network.
Listening to. Really strenuous.
The craft?
But something special.
Hi.
Precious.
Going high.
I keep seeing like the image of like a white or like translucent spider, just kind of on a black background of sorts. Your suspicions.
I'll pull a card and see if the plants hold up with
This is first. The jade.
The cat's involved now.
I know.
Adding
I was thinking that.
more vectors.
Magic.
I think there was a big reaction from the plant in the book when a cat entered the room. It didn't like the cat, from what I remember.
Yeah.
That happened to
feel
me
like,
on TikTok Live once, actually.
They're like laughing or something. It's like very giggly. One question.
Coco, do you have a question for Bex?
Happy. Water. I think Coco's asking for water.
A big shadow. Doing something about James Brown. We're the family.
They definitely seem to be kind of sinking. Mhm.
That's your decision.
I heard Jim saying Coco a lot. Does anybody else catch that?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, more Satan. That was cool.
Yeah. It's so weird how they sync up like that. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of times where it just feels like all of a sudden they like in sync with each other.
Mm-hmm. Like going quieter at the same time.
Right.
Like one time, there was the one time where they definitely just both stopped at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating.
Oh, like low baud modems. That's yeah. That was fun. One of the weirdest things I've ever done. That was great.
Yeah, I'm gonna dream about that tonight.
No, I'm like,
I know.
everyone's dreams are gonna be pretty wild after that. Mine was-
Do we want to pull a card for dream time? Actually, speaking of which,
Ooh, love.
Yeah.
and then
Love.
yeah, and yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock now. So here on the West Coast, so we're gonna go out and look up or down or to the side, as Alex is shared with us for something. Look at a new place.
Yeah.
And if tonight, if you wanted to, I'm gonna pull a card. Maybe we can all kind of meditate. Oh no, I'm not pulling that card.
Oh no.
Uh-uh.
I don't even want to know.
No,
Mm-mm.
I want.
No, don't even say it.
It didn't happen.
Are you using the Oracle of the Hypogeum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say
No,
it.
don't say it. Oh, ooh.
Forest.
Two plants talking.
That is totally true. That's exactly what that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. There we go. So that's your image. We should meditate on this before bed. If you see this in your dreams, let us know. Tag at WUFO. Let us, get in touch with us. Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't dream of this.
Oh my gosh. Is that too insider baseball? Should we explain ourselves at all?
What?
I think that people think that the forest card was the no-no card.
Oh, the forest card's great.
No,
Yeah,
the forest card's the right card. Yeah, two plants talking.
the no-no card. This is a deck that we created, and there's one card. If you pull it, you can't say the name. But
there's two cards you shouldn't really say the name.
Yeah, there's two cards that aren't.
Okay.
But this deck delivers. I mean, it's pretty weird how amazing it is.
That was cool. That was like really fun. Thanks so much, Alex, for coming and
Yeah, thanks for having me.
yeah.
Anytime.
And Alex is one of the people in the Little Earth Discord that we have like a tech channel and we talk about weird tech things. So if you want to get involved in that and like help make new things, come hang out with us there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that weather detector or weather predictor idea.
It's all theory right now. It's all theory.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll get something on paper.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. Well, I
Wipes
think
you
that's
out,
probably a sign.
Yeah.
No. Oh, what are we gonna dream about tonight? We'll find out. Twitter in the morning. Don't forget to use #WUFO on any of your posts, y'all. We love to see them. Love to share them.
Yeah, absolutely. A link to the gadget for the plant tweeter. I don't think they're like one of the components of this isn't available right now, right? Is it
Alex has the very last one, I think.
the very last one?
Yeah, so it is a
I mean, we could throw the link up. It just they don't have anything there to buy yet.
Yeah.
I think it's the microprocessor, not the vintage voice chip.
Yeah.
So
we have it's not the voice chip that's the problem, it's the actual
the controller.
So basically what it is a biodata sonification unit, or a lot of people may have seen a plant wave. One of those things you probably see a TikTok or Instagram video where they like make plants make music. So it's one of those. But then the other piece that is kind of you can't get anymore, something Alex and I have, it takes MIDI signals and turns it into voice English sounds. So that's the part that we can't really help you with that because it's like not available. But although I have a thing that I haven't spent time recently, but trying to make a new thing to kind of replicate that in a cheaper way too, hopefully. So, but like if you got a biodata sonification unit, you could technically make your own voice thing, somehow. Or
I'm sure you can record it in MIDI software. Yeah.
There's other ways to do what we're doing probably, but come join the Little Tech channel. Maybe we'll help figure out other ways to do it. So
yeah, definitely.
There's not like a product right now you can buy, is what I'm saying.
I wonder, is there anything that like any sort of consumer electronics that are out there that aren't very expensive that have that microprocessor in them, and we could just like take them apart and pull it out,
harvest it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good question. Man.
That's-
I was thinking they have that AccuPen thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was wondering if you could use that somehow.
The like electric acupuncture.
Yeah, electric acupuncture, and we tried it on plants, and it works. It works on plants have like acupoints,
Yeah.
and meridians and stuff. But usually it's the leaf nodes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, but even if but that wasn't a very expensive thing, and if it has any components that we could harvest, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. This is way out of my wheelhouse, but
yeah.
But that's what's cool is that it's like that's out of my wheelhouse, but I get to hang out with people who are like knowledgeable about it. Scads more than me, and that's part of what makes this community so awesome.
Yes. I can listen to you talk about it for a real long time. I don't understand it, but I love it.
Yeah, I mean, like what Alex is saying, that someone in our Discord, I can't remember who, found like just like a software plugin that basically takes MIDI and makes robot sounds. So I just don't have a Windows.
That was a demo of that, so you couldn't really use this for it, but the actual software is like $600. So
okay.
Yeah.
But there may be some other solution like that for people. So yeah, I don't know.
Cool. Might be a way to circuit bend a speak and spell, says.
I've got an idea for a speak and spell spirit board. So
I have a video of that. Have you seen like people doing that with the speak jet or whatever, like taking EMF and turning it into running it through a speak and spell? I'll send you that later. It's wild. That's kind of where I got the idea of this, I think, or one of the things that helped me, when I was suggesting things, is that there's these ghost hunters that came to my house 15 years ago, and they had like an EMF detector, but it was running through a speak and spell, and so it sounded like this basically. But they were looking for EMF and hoping ghosts would like fluctuate the EMF to be able to talk. So it's a very similar thing. So yeah, I would love to see what you're coming up with.
That's awesome.
No one makes this thing anymore. I don't know. It was some experiment 20 years ago. So
we have one. I think you have it right now. Yeah, Garrett.
What?
The speak and
spell? Oh yeah. I think Jeremy has it.
No, I think it's in your car.
Is it?
I thought it's around. It's not here. I don't know. We'll have to look. Maybe it is.
I think I shipped it to you.
Oh,
there you go. That's what it was.
I had it before I came over. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, that makes sense.
I just wanted to flex that we got.
All right. I'll bring it out next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So remember, Force Card WUFO. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks Alex again. And also go to wufo.watch/donate. Remember to do that. And thanks everyone.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye everybody.